Hello, welcome in another episode from the Critics Collective. And for this one, we are talking about Michael Jackson, as this is a movie from 2017. The running time about an hour and 45 minutes, give or take, hour 50, give or take. You can watch this on Amazon Prime. And if you have Lifetime, you'll be able to watch this on Lifetime. And there's obviously other ways you can watch it. So keep that in mind. Now, this is called Michael Jackson Searching for Neverland. It says Searching for Neverland will reveal firsthand the devotion of Michael Jackson and what he's had to his children and the hidden drama that took place during the last 2 years of his life. This one's interesting. This is interesting. I'll give you my lows, I'll give you my highs, and then we'll go ahead and rate this thing. Now, hit the subscribe button, like, follow, and comment for more. Now, for this movie, there was another one that Flex did, and this was 2003 for that one, The Man in the Mirror, the Michael Jackson story. Go see the rating I put on that one. Social media is still talking about it. This one has a different approach. There was a book, I think the book was called like Remember the Time something. And it has to do with the two, if I have this correct, it has to do with the two security guards that are in this movie. Those two security guards that are in this movie wrote a book about what they saw, and that became this movie. I don't know if this was backed by the family or the estate or anything like that. It just, again, just watching a movie if a movie pops on. With this artist, it's one of those kind of disclaimer things. We just try to rate what the movie is based off of our experience. We try to, at least I try to separate the art from the artist. Now, my lows for this, I thought it was too long. There were some moments that were just kind of awkward. Not necessarily moments where Michael Jackson was in it, just stuff where they were trying to show, I guess, the fandom that he had, or the effect he might have had on some people. That was kind of like a step back thing. There was a scene where um, the security guard number two is getting ready to be introduced to him for the first time, and he's expecting Michael to come down the stairs. It's like the spiral case stairs, and he's waiting. It's almost like you're waiting for someone to come out with a wedding dress or a prom suit or something like that. And Michael pops up behind him. It's like, "Hey, what's up?" And it just throws everything off because they expected him to come down the stairs, and it was just a funny, comical moment. But I felt like if they would have just chopped it up just a little shorter, it would have been a more impactful comedy moment. You would have probably laughed. Um, some of the things I didn't like about, I guess it was, um, may I it's weird. I just finished seeing it. I think what it is that I didn't like about it, and that, not to say it was bad, it was, I'm assuming, yeah, 100%, this is what they wanted you to feel. It is a sad movie. Whatever is whatever. Whatever happens. It's a sad movie because you're watching him with financial problems. You're watching him talk about the leading up to maybe the This Is It tour, where he's like, I can't keep doing the same dancing and energy that I did for decades. I just can't do that anymore. It'll kill me. Like, it was like, man, that's, and you don't know what's kind of true and what's not true. The conversations with the kids being there. As a father, you don't want your kid put in that situation where they're in movies and in the news in a negative way. You want them to take, the positive stuff as far as, let's say, finances or things you give them, and go out into the world. You don't want to have to deal with that. Blanket was a handful on this. He was like, they had him rambunctious in this shit. I don't know if it was true, but Blanket, no, he was just always doing some um the person who they got to play Michael Jackson seem over exaggerated, but again, Michael has such an interesting look throughout the decades. It's hard to find someone who has that look, and then you really can't knock someone for going a little extreme on it. But I don't think I could find the artist or the actor who played Michael Jackson. I don't know, they disappeared off the earth or something. I don't know. Now the good stuff about it was I felt like it was genuine. I felt like it was real. I felt like um, it's important to get movies like this from any artist, any public figure. They're human and they go through some of the same emotions that we do. They're flawed individuals, some more flawed than others. So I did appreciate that it was a movie that had that. Another negative to take back, I like it when movies give you something that you can go and research yourself. You can go and see a name or a cameo or hear a voice and be like, all right, I'm gonna look that up. Oh, okay, this is how this person was on the timeline of this person's life. This doesn't really give you anything, rooted to get into it. Now, this doesn't have a happy ending. This doesn't have a happy ending. Obviously, Michael Jackson passes away. It doesn't have a happy ending on the fact that the tone of this is a lot of this, his kids questioning why he's called certain things, his sexuality coming up. One of the things if they would have been cool if they would have mentioned was like, I don't believe that voice that we know him for is his real voice. I feel like he had a a deeper voice. He talked or act different when nobody was there. But in this, they kept it for the most part the same. And I'm trying to think. I don't know if that's the flex one or is it this one where there's a conversation of Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know. And yes, from the Jacksons, yes, he's always had this love of KFC. There was a part where he's in the car, the security guard is driving, and he's listening to Bobby Brown's "My Prerogative," and he's just dancing, and he's just, he means every fucking word, even though the word prerogative I don't think is an actual real word. But with that being said, we can only do one thing at this point. We can moonwalk all the way over to the ratings. The ratings go from a 0, meaning horrible, to a 5, being excellent. Now, if you go check out some of the other stuff we did that has to do with not just Michael Jackson, but any other celebrity that we've done for the documentaries, I think you'll enjoy and be able to go inside those comments and add what your rating is. Now, we're talking about the Michael Jackson Searching for Neverland 2017. This came out a little bit under 2 hours. I would rate this 3. It's average. It's average. I think the production is better than the Michael Jackson Man of the Mirror or Man of the Mirror Michael Jackson story, better than that one. But again, the some of the over exaggerations of again, it's hard to put that together, man. It's hard. And with the fact that you're going to get the Michael Jackson biopic that's supposed to be one episode or one movie, and now the rumor is they shot enough to connect a part two, and that's supposed to go into some of the stuff with the trial, and it's supposed to be more of a piece setting piece, like, hey, we're gonna bring up some stuff, but it's really supposed to be probably closer to the mini series than some of the other stuff that we've seen. So I think that's going to be interesting when that comes to light. But anywho, you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here. I'm Ron, and until next time.